Hey guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. I am here today with my empties. So I told you guys that this month I was really focusing on kind of like cleaning out some old clamshells or some clamshells that were like half used. So I was able to go through some stuff. I also have melted some of the new scents in here, so I will kind of talk you guys through that. Gosh, this thing is sliding, so it's gonna fall or something. I will tell you that I already made my melting basket for January. I already made my melting basket for February, and I'm trying to really focus on the new scents and then all of the scents that are returning that I have bars of, as well as I've told myself, like, if I'm gonna have stuff in my club, I need to warm it. It comes every 3 months, so I split my club in 3, and I'm going to melt, I have 30 bars in my club, and so I'm gonna melt 10 bars for my club every month so that I can justify getting those things. So that's what my melting basket is gonna look like. So you'll be able to see some stuff that you can actually purchase, and then I always try and get the limited time stuff out to you guys as quickly as possible. I sniff them on cold, but on warm they just are different. So let me tell you what I've gotten through. So I got through some Clean Breeze. So Clean Breeze is currently available in the catalog, and it'll be available starting February 1st. And it says white florals with a touch of spring. This is the scent of fresh, clean laundry. So to me, Clothesline and Clean Breeze are similar. I don't know if I have, I did melt Clothesline too, but I don't know if I melted it this go around. No. So to me, this one smells a little bit more like wet laundry detergent, like wet clothes. And Clothesline smells a little bit more like drier sheets to me, or like fabric softener, kind of dried laundry. This is a powerhouse. It's a boomer. If you need to cover up some boy stink or some weird smell in your house, this will do it. One cube will do you in a warmer. It is super strong. It's very powerful. It lasts a long time. It's a very good laundry scent. When I first started Scentsy, it was too much for me. So just use it sparingly. I have recently started using Scentsy Fresh because it came in the whiff box. Y'all, Scentsy Fresh is amazing. It is way better than Febreze. I'm not just telling you that because I buy Scentsy, because I've never bought Scentsy Fresh ever in the history of Scentsy Freshness. But I got it in the whiff box and I was like, I'm gonna try it. And now I need it in all the flavors because it is powerful. And Clean Breeze is gonna be my next scent because it's such a pretty laundry scent. So here's that one. The next one is Petal Pals. See, it's upside down to make the heart. See, it makes a heart. Anyhow, so Petal Pals is part of our Valentine's Day collection, and it immediately went into my club. This is Roses and Peony, and it is gorgeous. It is powdery rose. If you don't like rose, pass. But if you like rose, or if you are a floral person, I liked it on cold. On warm, I loved it. It lasted for 3 full days, and my melt days are usually like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. So a full, 12, 13 hours a day, and it lasted 3 of those. And I just took it out today, and I really didn't want to because I don't have a backup bar, but it went into my club. It is so, so beautiful. We do not have a floral scent like this. This is rose heavy. It's different than Strawberry Rose because Strawberry Rose has a really powdery note, but it also has like the strawberry lip gloss kind of scent. This is like rose, and nobody in my house complained about it, which is great because when I warmed Simply Rose, it was too much. So the Peony gives it a little bit lighter, brighter floral scent. It is gorgeous, powerhouse. Highly recommend Petal Pals. I love, 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 love it. And its compatriot, a companion, Best Berry. So Best Berry, I think it said like raspberries and strawberries and whipped cream, something like that. And it's very pretty. I have heard that it's called Best Berry because Orville, like the co-CEO of Scentsy, thinks that this is the best berry scent that we've ever had. So it is very nice. It is definitely a berry note. I don't know that I can necessarily pick out raspberry. I smell strawberry mostly. And I do get a creamy note. It's very pretty, but to me, it's not anything special. It is very powerful. They have it in the pods, and I bet in the pods it would be really nice. Some of our pod, like, scents, like some of our wax doesn't come in all of the pod scents, but this I think would be a really good pod scent. I think it's a great scent. It's very nice. It's a pretty smell, nothing special. Apparently I have a couple more cubes left, but this is from Find Your Happy Wax collection, and this is Showered in Flowers. And so this was the floral scent from this collection. And it smells like flowers and apples. Which kind of, I know sounds weird, and I'm just noticing, do you see that like kid hiding in there? Or that person? That's like a little freaky now that I see that. I hadn't seen that, I just all saw flowers, and now all I can see is that. Yeah, it's a little serial killer looking to me. I don't know. It's a nice scent. It's very light. For people that don't love florals, I think you would like this because it's definitely fruity floral rather than just floral. It is a medium performer at best, so this is better in small rooms. This would never hold up in my open concept for sure. I have warmed it in my bedroom, and I've warmed it in this room, and it's a decent performer. It doesn't last a super long time, but it doesn't fade away super quickly either. So I'd say medium on performance, medium on strength, you know, pretty scent. So Showered in Flowers. So I'm still getting through the Catching Z's collection. This one is Sleep Happy. And this one smells really pretty on cold. It has a, like, I would say, I think it's a jasmine note. Do I still have them? It smells kind of like a jasmine note to me, and which I don't hate. It's very light. Let's see. Sleep Happy is Dreamland with violet. Oh, violet, not jasmine. Bergamot and musk clouds. So, I guess violet. The thing is, it's so light. Like, even on cold, it's really light. I can't really smell it that well. I couldn't really smell it that well in my warmer in my room. I only did 2 cubes. Next time, I'll definitely do 3. The standout in this collection was Snuggle Up. This one is club worthy. So far of the other ones that I've melted, this one, I've melted this and one other. This one is like almost no scent on warm. It's a pretty smell, but even on cold, I have kind of a hard time picking out the notes. So it's all right. I mean, it's definitely not a repurchase for me. I'll melt through what I have left, but I might leave it to kind of cure. Maybe it'll get stronger. I'm not sure. I did Fearless by Nature from the Frozen collection, and this one is so good. So this is like a bright smell. It's got a green note, and to me, it smells like, have you ever been to the Rainforest Cafe? I don't know if that exists everywhere or if that's just like a San Antonio thing, but the Rainforest Cafe, like the whole shtick is that there's like all this like ivy and vines, and then they have all these like animals on the walls and like that come out of the like trees, you know, not real animals, just like pretend animals, but it's like the ambiance of that. But whenever I walk in there, it reminds me of like what they think a rainforest would smell like. So it's got like a lot of artificial floral notes. So not like a fresh bouquet of flowers, but like kind of like perfume floral notes. And then a lot of like heavy green ivy smell. And this is a really bright smell. You would think that it was light. Like when you smell it in here, it doesn't smell like it's going to be strong. But warming, what happens is the green note really elevates it. And so you don't really get that like floral note. You really get like a really solid, like dewy green, wet green smell. And then just like on the back end, a little bit of floral. It's a very beautiful scent, and it's a strong performer. I used this to like round out. I didn't have enough cubes of something else, and I put a couple of cubes in this, and it mellowed the other thing out. So I don't even remember what the other thing was, but this was really nice. So I do really like that one. I finished up an Eskimo Kiss. So Eskimo Kiss smells like, it smells like what I use to clean my toilet, like the toilet bowl cleaner, the blue like cling stuff. It smells like toilet bowl cleaner to me. It's, and like a little bit of fresh air maybe note, like maybe a little bit of mint note. So like, I don't love it. It's good for people that like minty notes. And it definitely is like the kind of, like Eskimo Kiss I think is well named because it does remind me a little bit of what like I imagine it would smell like outdoors in winter when it's like really cold or there's snow or ice on the ground. Like it's not like that like cold breath of air, but it's more like a little bit of that breath of air mixed with some like toilet bowl cleaner. I don't know. But, you know, lots of people love this. So just because I'm put off by it, ignore me. I did Fuzzy Blanket. Now, Fuzzy Blanket and Snuggle Up smell very similar to me. They smell very similar. I prefer Snuggle Up. So Fuzzy Blanket and Jammy Time, like all three of those are like from the same mother. They are jasmine and like kind of a powdery musk note. Let me see what Jammy Time says. Freesia, lavender, and I know this one has lavender in it too. And then this one says, did I already put it right? Yeah. This one, the Snuggle Up, says, it says cashmere woods, lavender, and sage. And I think the reason I like this one a little bit better is because of the sage note. This does not have a sage note. It has a lavender note. And it's to me, it's a floral lavender and a little bit of herbal lavender both. So it's got kind of that sharpness of the herbal lavender and then kind of that perfumey note of the floral lavender. And it's a really pretty scent. It's definitely a bedroom scent. It is not strong, but it comes back pretty frequently in Bring Back My Bar. I've seen it at least twice. It is a well-loved scent. I would say that it's a medium performer or a medium light performer. So I would not use this as an open concept, but it's very pretty. And it is very like a comforting scent. It's very if you like Jammy Time, you will love this one. So another one that I tried is Pillow Time. And I tried that here in this room. And the scent notes for this are Blue Tansy, Silk Blossom, and Passion Flower. And I've watched some other videos and people say that they can't smell this one either. I definitely can smell this one and I could smell it warming. So I disagree on the like no performance. This one does have performance compared to whatever the Sleep Happy. I can't smell at all. This one I could. So I don't know, like, I don't know if I've ever smelled anything else with Blue Tansy, but Blue Tansy that I have seen is mostly like an oil, like an essential oil. Whenever I see it like marked anywhere, it's about like being part of an essential oil. But it is definitely like a different note. And the other thing I wanted to say about the Sleep Happy collection is I don't know if you can see, but all of the bars are super oily. Like more oily than I've seen any other Scentsy bars. They're all like that. Let me see if this one shows. I don't know if you can see, but no, you can't see. Oh yeah, maybe you can. See how it's got like that oil on it? They're very, very oily bars. This one doesn't look as oily, but it's kind of surprising to me because I noted it like, oh, these are pretty oily. But so this one says it's the Blue Tansy note, and then Silk Blossom and Passion Flower, and that's all. I mean, I smell like sort of an interesting note that I can't place, so I'm gonna call that Blue Tansy, and then a little bit of floral. But this is not floral like Petal Pals or really any of the other florals. This isn't floral like that. It's just like kind of in the background, you just kind of smell like a nice, fresh, pretty scent. Like if you smell it, you just think it smells pretty. You wouldn't think that it smelled floral. And if you didn't know the different notes, I think what you would say is that this smells a little bit like expensive hand soap. Like if you were at a fancy hotel and they had like expensive smelling hand soap. So it's got like a clean note and then a floral note in the back. So that's Pillow Time. It's actually pretty good. And then I did one of these. This is day 23, which was butter rum cappuccino, pumpkin roll, and vanilla frosting. And on cold, this is a super Tart advent calendar, by the way. On cold, I definitely get just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of cappuccino, just a little bit of coffee, but mostly I get vanilla frosting and I get no pumpkin or pumpkin roll. I really wanted this to have a lot more coffee in it than it did. It does not have a big coffee note. It's mostly vanilla frosting, which was still very nice and very good. But I was hoping for more cappuccino and a little bit less vanilla. So, and then I am going to tell you about the two new scents that I've warmed so far. So I've warmed Sand Swept. And let me tell you what the notes are for these, because these no one has smelled until this catalog. And it says, blue ocean water breaks on the coastline over sandstone, driftwood, and pink lemon groves. So, oh, and this one is oily too. I don't know. I don't know if this was just, okay. So on cold, I smell mostly like some kind of, it says pink lemon, but it doesn't smell like straight lemon. So I'm going to call that kind of a less tart lemon than normal lemon. It's just like not as bitey. And then salt, like a salty aquatic note. Okay, that's what it smells like on cold. But it's very light. In the tester, it was very light. In here, it's very light. So I put 3 cubes in my warmer in my bedroom, which is the Polar Panorama warmer, which I think is like a 15-watt element warmer. So I did that, and I couldn't really smell it very well. So I was gonna put in my January warmer of the month, which is like the silver etched core. And so I put 2 in there, and I had these 3 going. And I don't know if the Polar Panorama just didn't get hot enough, but the other one did. And what I noticed was that it smells, okay, hear me out. It smells a little bit like caliche. So you don't know what caliche is, like it is the stuff that they put like in a driveway or in a parking lot of a place that doesn't use asphalt. So it's kind of that like crushed granite stone that gets kind of powdery when like truck wheels go over it. It smells kind of like caliche to me. I also live near a quarry, so sometimes there's like that stone dust in the air. It's not an off-putting scent, it's just a particular scent. Okay, so it smells a little bit like caliche, and then very heavy salt, like very heavy salty sea air note. The lemon on warm gets a little bit lost. So to me, it's mostly, I mean, they call it sandstone and ocean water. So that's what I get, is like kind of a rock note, like a caliche note, and that salty sea air. But I don't hate it. I mean, it's not like, oh my God, like let's warm more today, but it's actually pretty good. Like it's one of those scents, you know, I've told you about the scents that are like lasting scents that even when you turn off the warmers, you can still smell it in the air an hour later. That's this, like even with cold wax, if it's been warming in the room, it sticks around in that room. And I like that for bedroom scents, because I don't use warmers when I sleep, but I still like, it has kind of that ambiance, that smell still in there, which is really nice. So for me, I would repurchase this actually. I think I don't really get a driftwood note, that's part of it. I don't get a woody note. I really get a sea salt air, like sea air, and then a little bit of like that caliche note. I'm thinking that the place that I like where our beach is mostly like sand and not crystal clear water. But I have been to like Key West, where they have beaches that don't have sand and they're like, it's like crashing on rocks. I kind of think that that's what this would smell like the sea crashing, like the waves coming in and crashing on rocks, and like that dust and stuff like kind of getting mixed up with the salty sea air. I kind of think that's what this would smell like. So it's actually a pretty decent performer, and I am gonna say that I recommend this. Which, if you watched my video on cold sniff, I would not have. So that just goes to show you, sometimes you have to warm something to get like a real feel for it, because on cold, it's just not the same as warming. So that is actually something I'd recommend. Vanilla Waves is the next one, or the last one that I did. And Vanilla Waves says, sea salt and whipped vanilla crash into sticky caramel for an elegant fusion of opposites. So caramel freaked me out because I don't like caramel notes. And in the tester, I thought it was Basic Betty vanilla. Cold, the full bar, I could smell a little bit of the sea salt. So it did smell a little bit like salty caramel. And on warm, it was actually very pleasant. So I put it in my open concept and it held up in my open concept. I would say that it's a 1 day melt for me. So for me, like I've told you guys before, a 1 day melt for me would be like a 13-hour melt. Usually it goes into the next day before I change my wax, but that's really what I got, is like probably a day and a half, which is fine by me. I have plenty of wax to melt, so that's completely fine. And I definitely, on warm, even more of that salt note came out. I did not get a caramel note. I did not get a burnt caramel note. I didn't get a sweet caramel note. I only got vanilla, and then really kind of a salty sea air. Like, this is called Vanilla Waves, and it says sea salt, but I kind of got like the oil, the salty sea air oil that people use when they're making like their mermaid blends and all that stuff. That's what I got here. So salt or salty sea air and vanilla. And the vanilla is more of a baking vanilla, like vanilla extract. I started to think when I was melting it, it was a little bit of a vanilla bean note, but it's more complex than Basic Betty vanilla. So it actually is pretty good, and I would repurchase this as well. I actually think I like this vanilla better than sugar cookie or vanilla bean buttercream, because I think it's just a little bit more interesting, and the performance compared to vanilla bean buttercream and sugar cookie is far and away better. This performs much better in my house than sugar cookie or vanilla bean buttercream. I know people love those scents, and I know people love vanilla. Those also are more bakery, and this is more bakery, and this is a little bit more aromatic vanilla. And I definitely prefer this. So for me, if I'm gonna get a vanilla scent that's not almond croissant, this is gonna be it, because it is salty sea air with that beautiful vanilla note. So I would recommend this one as well. So that's it, guys. That's my empties. I am gonna start melting through some of the stuff. I already have a Now and Zen pack going on in my living room, and I do have, I think upstairs, tangerine creamsicle. I have a couple that I've been melting, so I need to bring those downstairs, and you'll see those in my next empties. But spoiler alert, add tangerine creamsicle to your next order, because it's really nice. It's also, of the new scent, I have no complaints so far, honestly. And if you've ever watched my videos about last year's scents, you'll know that I had some complaints about those. But this year they've done pretty well, Scentsy. So anyways, those are my empties. See you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.